What's up guys, DuArktik with another Marvel Strike Force video, and in this video we are going to take a look at Moon Knight and Agata, see what are the changes for their kits now that we have officially announced that they're going to be part of the Night Stalkers, something that we knew for a while thanks to the data mines from Quick Draw. And we'll also see at the end of the video if White Tiger is a character that you should gear up or not. Even that White Tiger will not get a rework, but we'll talk about their usefulness a little bit in front of the video. So we're going to take a look at the stats of Moon Knight and of Agata, see how impactful these reworks are going to be to them and how this will affect their own teams, like the Darkhold and also the Shadowland. So hopefully we'll get some good information and see if these are characters that you should max out right away or not, and if they're going to be useful for you in Alliance Wars and Cosmic Crucible. So, as always, if you like the information on these videos, make sure you share it with your friends on Facebook and Discord. If you're new to my channel, make sure to subscribe for more Marvel Strike Force content. Make sure you smash that like button like a boss. Okay, so, some things that we have to take a look at Moon Knight right away is that he applies a bunch of negative effects. He has big multipliers on each of his abilities. And we have this special that has 100% crit chance. So maybe this guy is going to be a raider. For that we need to have enough focus on the ultimate to make sure it lands. And Striker is also something interesting for Moon Knight because of this speed up that he can get with his Striker ISO 8 or with his basic. In terms of the passive, he gives extra health to himself. I'm not sure if this is taken into consideration by Scopely, because right now the health for Moon Knight does not look insane by any means. But we have this mechanic, fill the speed bar by this character by 20% if he has deflects. So yeah, if you can pair him up with characters that give him deflects, that would make him one very fast Moon Knight. He also has buffs for war, but this was converted, and now with the rework it's going to be flat damage. So let's take a look at the website. And here we have all the boosts that they are going to give to Moon Knight. Then we have that when he's forced to attack Night Stalkers, he does less damage. That's fine. Then we have the special. Now instead of 3 to 5, it's going to be 6 to 7 plus a primary target. So this is a super powerful rebound chain for a 300% multiplier. If you have this guy as a raider, he's definitely going to clap. But is the raider the best option with 100% crit? Sure, you are doing more damage, but I don't know, it's something that it's going to be based on your playstyle. Some people will go for Striker, other people will go for the Raider, but maybe Raider overall will be the deadliest. If you can get this guy with a lot of speed bar, and you can do the ultimate and the special right away back to each other. In terms of the ultimate, now if you have Night Stalker allies, he will clear all positive effects, and the attack will also be unavoidable, so this is better. So even if you have blind, which was a counter against Moon Knight in the past, you are still going to land these negative effects and the massive amount of damage. And then we have the passive 50% more damage. Okay, so that's in terms of Moon Knight. Let's go back and let's talk about Agata for a little bit. Agata, she always had a very powerful kit. She can apply stun slow and do a nice amount of piercing damage with her special. And this ability, you can get energy for this ability right after. If you do the special, then the ultimate, after the ultimate you can do the special again, because the ultimate gives energy to herself if you are facing mystic characters, which is very likely, right? So you have a powerful, very powerful stun turn 1. And we have this massive ability. If you are facing Hero Mystic Blasters or Hero Mystic Controllers, you can also stun them. Heal block, offense down, piercing damage, and this is all going to be multiplied by the new stats. She also heals, she also barriers. Now she also going to barrier the Night Stalkers. And as you can see, if you are facing Mystic allies, you're going to gain energy. So as long as you are facing 2, you can do the special right away for 1 additional stun. And she will get extra focus. And because she's getting this extra focus, we could consider using Agata as a raider. And you'll see why in a second. Then we have her passive. On her passive, she also has insane abilities. So she gives more barrier. she gives death proofs, she clears disrupt, applies negative effects, she does more barrier for herself, applies defense up, like she does so many things. It's absolutely insane how powerful this character is. And you can see right here that she will do more piercing damage, applies disrupt to the enemies, apply deflects to Darkhold allies, and some of these changes will transition as well for Night Stalkers. At the end we have 25% drain and 50% focus, which once again will make easier for her to land those stuns, and the ultimate, even if you are using her as a raider. Okay, let's take a look at the website, and then you'll see why I'm talking about the raider Agata. So you can see massive increase in the stats. Now on the basics, you will also call a Night Stalker for assist. Depending on the enemies you are facing, you could use Agata as a striker for a double tap. I don't think this is like super relevant, so it's just something that you can use against like Mephisto or something like that, some strong mystic enemy. Then with the ultimate, we have that she's going to give the barrier to Night Stalker allies as well. And then we have the passive, where she'll give the focus and the drain for the Night Stalker allies as well. So we have definitely some increase in stats for her, and you can see the increase in stats right here. So when you take a look at these stats, we can see that Agata becomes really insane. So this is the base stats that they have right now. These are the multipliers that Scopely said that they are going to get. So we are taking a look at 7.7 million health for Agata. This is at gear tier 19 with 3 diamonds. This is an old character, so if you know it's getting a rework, and especially with a kit so powerful like Agata, you definitely want to get 3 diamonds on her. So 7.7 million health, we have 500,000 damage, 280,000 armor. It's absolutely insane. So she's gonna be a very tanky old woman. 113,000 focus, that's actually very high for the new stats, and 125,000 resistance is also very high. In terms of Moon Knight, he has a little bit more health, 8.4 million. Then the damage is kind of low, but he's going to get 50% more damage from his passive, so we need to keep that in mind. The armor is very low, and this might be because Moon Knight has the damage reduction, which is something I think Scopely is exaggerating. Like 15% damage reduction is not a lot, so depends on if the damage reduction is multiplied before or after. The impact of this 15% is just not a lot, so I think that's a big shaft for Moon Knight in terms of stats. With just this into consideration, right? We are talking about 150,000 armor. I guess damage reduction will be better. I don't know, we'll have to wait and see. In terms of the focus, Moon Knight focus is also looking very good. Once again, this is above the average that we have seen with other teams like the Annihilators. And the resistance is also pretty high. Now, the speed, you can see right here that the speed of Moon Knight is 105. But if you put Moon Knight together with White Tiger and with Captain America, which is a character that gives guaranteed deflects for allies, then the Moon Knight speed is going to be 175. This means that depending on your setup, you can have Moon Knight to do his ultimate, and he's going right after to do the special. He's going to become very, very deadly. And once again, if you have him as a raider, all those crits and vulnerabilities and so on, this might be a killer right away. So for example, something like Room 1 in Cosmic Crucible, Moon Knight would be very, very powerful for sure. Now, you can see right here that Moon Knight after is going to get more 50% damage, so he's at the same level of Agata. And he also gains additional 20% damage in Alliance Wars if he's together with Tigra. And this is one of the reasons why we might consider to play with Tigra. It's because she's going to give speed for Moon Knight and also more damage in Alliance Wars. In terms of Agata, we can see right here, these are the stats when she's together now with Darkhold. 11 million health, that's really, really impressive. 366,000 armor, so once again, she's going to be a very, very tanky old lady. And absolutely ridiculous 250,000 resistance. This is so high, I'm not sure if there is any character that can blind her or anything like that. it's going to be pretty much impossible to do so. So the stats for Agata and for Moon Knight are pretty considerable. But now let's take a look also at a few other situations that we should take into consideration. So once again, if you pair up Moon Knight with a White Tiger, and you have to remember you need 3 Night Stalkers, Moon Knight, and then you have 1 free slot, which you can plug and play White Tiger. White Tiger on her own, she's fast as well, she's 113, but she also gets the speed bar, so you can see right here, 10% speed bar plus 5% per Shadowland ally. So that's going to be additional 15% speed bar for her. I think she gets like 130 speed or something like that. Then she also gives more focus for Moon Knight, which will allow us to have Moon Knight or as a striker or as a raider, and it will still land those negative effects. And like I said, in Alliance Wars, they're also going to get more resistance and more damage, which is very significant. She also has this Disrupt heal block that can also be considering something to consider because she's a very fast character. So Moon Knight and White Tiger, definitely a combo that we can take a look in the future. And yeah, sure, even that she doesn't have the updated stats, she just needs to be alive on spawn to make Moon Knight go crazy, and that's why you should take her into consideration. Now, in terms of Agata, we just saw that Agata had that massive amount of damage, right? So once again, just to show you, Agata with 500,000 damage. Well, guess what? You can increase that damage even more with Doctor Strange, with the crit chance and crit damage. 50% crit chance and crit damage for Agata is ridiculous. And if you're gonna run her as a raider, that means she's gonna clap really, really hard. So let's take a look at Agata as a raider. So here we have a raider level 10, which is the ISO 8 Blue 5. And we are taking a look at 30% crit chance, plus 50% 80, plus 10% base. So she will have 90% crit chance. Then we have 50% crit damage, plus the 20% base, plus the 20% from the ISO 8. So that's going to be additional 90% or 80% crit damage. So it means like she's doing 50% more damage than she would do otherwise. And then on top of that, she also has these additional attacks that she can do. The 50% chance of doing an attack for 90% piercing damage if you consider taking her as a raider level 3. So once again, she's pretty much doing double damage all the time because her crit damage is going to be so high. And on top of that, you also have her together with Morgan Le Fay, where she'll get more health, more resistance. Agata will also get all this speed bar and barrier and all this nonsense. So I mean, not only we have the White Tiger becoming useful once again with the Night Stalkers, but we also have the Dark Cold becoming much more powerful with this rework to Agata. Just her stats alone will make a huge difference, and for sure it will bring this team back to the meta. And yeah, we still have 1 free slot available, so if you're using Moon Knight, 3 Night Stalkers and White Tiger, you still have 1 character that you can plug and play here and make the most out of it. For sure that these characters will have a lot of value in Cosmic Crucible and in Alliance Wars, and that's why keep your eyes open for their reworks, because they are going to be quite impactful. And make sure you work on your White Tiger if you can, and make sure you work on your Dark Cold if you can, if you have them available from the previous expansions of Marvel Strike Force and Apocalypse Saga and so on. And for sure in the next month or so you'll find good use for them. So yeah guys, this is the video, this is the analysis of Agata and Moon Knight rework, how impactful they are going to be, and if White Tiger is a character that you should consider investing or not. I'm going to invest on her for sure, then we'll make some videos and you guys can decide for yourself after that. So that's going to be the video guys, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure you smash that like button, and if you found the video helpful, make sure you share it with your friends on Facebook and Discord. If you're new to my channel, make sure you subscribe for more Marvel Strike Force content, and I'll catch you guys later.